And welcome back to Chicago, and a usual sold-out throng at Soldier Field, 56 degrees. So Jay Cutler, and why was he so upset a week ago against Green Bay? 4 interceptions, was sacked 7 times, and looking to rebound. And his history, John, is he has come back after a rough outage.
Jay does that. He comes back. He has a rough one. He's going to come back slinging. Remember, he's got that gunslinger mentality. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it gets him into trouble.
Starting from the 27 are the Bears. And the handoff to Michael Bush. And Bush gets a first down straight up the middle to the 37. Michael makes the tackle and a gain of 12. So Michael Bush starting in place of Matt Forte, and a great start for him.
And with Michael Bush, you'll see more inside running. Forte, a special football player. They're very comfortable with Michael Bush. There's the offensive line. Shiloh Rachel starts at left guard in place of Chris Spencer.
Devin Hester in the slot to the right. First down. And after a delay, a mix-up as Hester started downfield. So a little confusion in the Bears' backfield. And it is now second down again. Let's take a look at the Rams' defense. And the one change they have at defensive tackle, Jamel Cudjoe, will start at right defensive tackle.
And the strength of that D-line is the ends. They can bring it. Chris Long and Robert Quinn. James Laurinaitis, excellent player in the middle. Dunbar has been a great acquisition. Cortland Finnegan, though, what a great acquisition. Great players affect with their play, but also everyone else starts playing like them. That's what Cortland Finnegan has brought to this team.
Play action, and the pass is caught by Brandon Marshall. And Marshall may have enough for the first down just shy of midfield. Jenkins, the rookie, making the tackle. So no surprise, John, that they're going to Brandon Marshall early.
And no surprise that they're going to move the pocket with Jay Cutler. Your offensive line struggling in protection. What's an easy thing to do? Get him outside of the pocket. It's something Cutler does well. It takes the onus off that offensive line, and Rocky McIntosh gets in Jay Cutler's face a little early.
So they just missed the first down. It'll be just inches to get the starting job. So now first down and 15 back in Bear territory. Pressure on Cutler, and he completes the pass up the middle to Kellen Davis, the tight end. And Davis out to the 46-yard line of the Rams. Laurinaitis, will mention his name a lot today. Very active middle linebacker, pickup of 8.
One thing that was clear last week, they were trying to get down the field too much in the midst of a big pass rush. What have we seen today? Running the football, moving the pocket, quick throws like the last one, getting Jay Cutler in a rhythm.
And it's a balanced offense. It has been coming into this game for run to pass. So it'll be second down and 7. And they'll run it again with Bush, and tackled from behind is Jamel Cudjoe. And a 2-yard pickup will bring up third down for the Bears on the opening series of the game. And what a break for the Bears. Let's see if it was Mario Hagan, number 51.
Wow, that has nothing to do with trying to block the football. He's trying to block the punter. He blocks him in the back. The referee on it calls it as a penalty. And that's just a critical mistake by a veteran player like Mario Hagan. Can't do it. Now you give the Bears the ball back in good field position. Big mistake early for Mario Hagan and the Rams.
Former Bronco Hagan, and so now the Bears get the ball back on a 1st and 10 on the 39 of the Rams. Big opportunity here. They have 4 wide receivers, and here is Brandon Marshall on the pitch. So in essence, they have 5 guys eligible for a pass, and a 3-yard gain, an alert play by the free safety, Quinton Michael.
I like this, and I like what I'm seeing from Mike Tice's offense. They're going to bring Marshall in motion. Now, this only turns into a 2-yard, 3-yard gain, but Brandon Marshall is dangerous with the balls, with the ball in his hands. Last week, it was everything trying to force it downfield. Get the ball to your best players in space and let them do some work.
And a pretty good one-handed catch at that, John. So now 2nd and 7. Bears getting a big break on the penalty, and there is Cutler. Cutler going to Alshon Jeffrey, and the pass is incomplete. Good coverage by Cortland Finnegan. And Finnegan and Jenkins making their mark early on as pass defenders for the Rams.
And I think this shows the confidence that Jay Cutler has in Alshon Jeffrey, a rookie going up against an all-pro player in Cortland Finnegan. But Cutler told us, I think this guy in time is a #1 receiver. I love him on one-on-one balls. He took a shot. I think it's a good shot.
So there's the confidence, the second-round pick from South Carolina. And there you see Cutler getting pushed back with Laurinaitis and company. Now it's 3rd down and 7. Hester wide to the right. Pressure on Cutler, and the Rams got in a hurry. And that offensive line, the Rams have had problems with their offensive line, but we know the Bears have too. And Robert Quinn, the defensive end, 94, storming in on Cutler, bringing up 4th down.
And watch, it's going to come from both ends. Robert Quinn on one side, Josh Hull, the backup linebacker, on the other side, a free runner. Cutler's got nowhere to go.
Offense, he has been sensational the last 5 quarters. And he told us that everyone in the locker room feeds off the confidence that Jeff Fisher has. And it's been infectious. 1st down from the 20 for St. Louis. Bradford's first pass is a catch by Brandon Gibson and a good gain of 7 yards. And let's take a look at the Rams offense, and they do have Steven Jackson in despite his groin injury. Did not play the second half last week against the Redskins.
Danny Amendola on fire last week with 15 catches. Watch Wayne Hunter. Got a tough matchup against Julius Peppers, possibly the best defensive lineman in football. He wants to state his case for that title today.
2nd down and 2. Fake pitch to Jackson, and here is Bradford, will get the 1st down and goes out of bounds. Good restraint there by Charles Tillman, and a 1st down for the Rams. Taking a look at the Bears defense, and Lovie Smith said, look, we have to take the ball away, and I won't tell you how many times we want us to take the ball away from the Rams.
But knowing Lovie Smith, Rod Marinelli, that starts up front. That front 4, as good as there is in football. Brian Urlacher coming back from his knee injury. They feel like he's getting closer. Tim Jennings has played outstanding football. Look for him to be matched against Danny Amendola a lot of the game today.
1st down at the 32. Here's Jackson's first carry, and he gets out to the 36-yard line. And let's check in with Kurt Menefee and the game break. Kurt.
Well, the Vikings go for it on 4th and goal against the Niners. Christian Ponder makes it pay off. Nice hook up with Kyle Rudolph. 1-yard score, and for the first time this season, the 49ers actually trail in the game. 7-0. Dick and John.
Hey, the 49ers, everyone thinks, John, may be the best team in the conference, and, you know, they have to go in the Dome today.
And I'm one of them. The Niners have been awesome. Christian Ponder playing good football thus far this year, and Adrian Peterson surprising everyone, being back so early and so effective.
We'll be watching Julius Peppers. You saw him there at the top of your screen. 2nd down and 6. And there's the pressure, and the pass is complete, shy of the 1st down to Lance Kendricks, the tight end. Brian Urlacher there as they get 5 yards.
The offensive plan for both teams. We talked about the Bears wanting to get the ball out quick. Jeff Fisher says we have to get the ball out quick. We're banged up front, and this defensive line we're going up against, Sam Bradford, will not leave this game healthy unless they get the ball out quick. They're doing it early.
On 3rd and 1, Jeff Fisher has 3 tight ends in the game and only 1 wide receiver. 3rd down and 1, and Jackson, extra effort, will get the 1st down. Out to the 43.5. Peppers made the tackle, so a good move by Steven Jackson. And the Rams get another 1st down.
And this is just good football. This is 2 of the better players in the game at their position. Julius Peppers on defense, Steven Jackson on offense. Peppers gets to him in the backfield. But Dick, you said it perfectly, extra effort, and that's what Steven Jackson's always doing, falling forward. This time he does it for a 1st down.
There is Jackson, and Jackson's going to lose yardage. Actually, 2 yards lost on the play. Amobi Okoye and was in there along with Julius Peppers. 2nd down and 7. Empty backfield. And the pass caught in stride by Lance Kendricks. And they'll be shy of the first down by a couple of yards with Lance Briggs making the tackle. Briggs, who has been in the league for 10 years, and Urlacher for 13. Long in the tooth are two of the three linebackers for Chicago. And now 3rd and 2 as the Rams get into Chicago territory for the first time. DJ Moore has come in as the nickel back. Rams have been pretty good on 3rd down conversions in the first 2 games. And pressure on Bradford, and he'll go down. Amobi Okoye came in, and Bradford wisely was not going to try anything fancy, took the loss of 13 yards, and 4th down, St. Louis will kick.
Well, we talked about it in the open. It's going to be Okoye here. We call it a front 4. Really should call it a front 7 because they just keep bringing him. Amobi Okoye, a backup defensive lineman. He's not playing like a backup in Sam Bradford's grill. Sam Bradford can't do anything but take the sack. Dick, offensive coordinator Mike Tice. He's a coordinator now, but he's an offensive line coach at heart. He's in Jamarcus Webb's ear right now about that last 3rd down. He told us Webb is frustrating because he's so talented, and when he does it right, it's so good. I just want him to grit his teeth a little bit more. They think he can be a special player, trying to get that out of him.
1st down and 15, and again pressure on Cutler, and this pass is nearly intercepted, and a couple of guys had a chance at it. Janoris Jenkins first had the opportunity. Brandon Marshall was the intended receiver, and it could have been dangerous there for Jay Cutler.
Now that's a careless throw. Again, going to move the pocket like Mike Tice told us they would, trying to help him get away from that rush. Throwing to his left. Kellen Davis is 6'7". That's a bad overthrow. Janoris Jenkins should have caught this football. Jay Cutler very fortunate.
2nd down and 15. Fake to Bush. Pocket slowing down, and Cutler is going to be grabbed and tries to get the ball out. I don't know if there were any Bears as eligible receivers, but it was Chris Long and James Laurinaitis both coming in, and right now the Rams are beating up on the offensive line of the Bears.
Yeah, and they're bringing pressure. They're bringing extra guys. They bring 6 right here, collapse in the pocket, really nowhere for Cutler to go. And they're going to call it a sack prior to the potential intentional grounding.
And the first sack of the game and the 2-yard loss. So now back go the Bears, 3rd and 17. That's what they've done, 1 for 3 on 3rd down. This is a long way to go, and on the screen to Michael Bush. Bush following blocking, and Bush gets to the 46-yard line, enough for the first down. Good call by Mike Tice. Bradley Fletcher makes the tackle, an 18-yard gain on the screen on 3rd and long.
And if you're going to criticize the offensive line, you got to praise them when they do a good job. And this is an excellent job by Garza and Lance Lewis. Excellent blocks in space. That creates the alley for Michael Bush, who falls forward for the first down.
And this is the first start in a Bear uniform for Michael Bush, who played 4 years with the Oakland Raiders. First down for the Bears. Cutler stepping up, has time, and the pass is ruled incomplete, intended for Ashlon Jeffrey. And Cortland Finnegan on the cover, but that was a good throw by Cutler right there.
And they're bringing extra guys. This time it's Quentin Michael. This is an excellent throw by Jay Cutler. On the money, but a great play and a great finish by Cortland Finnegan. Great players in the defensive backfield. They finish every play. And Cortland Finnegan does it better than anybody.
Finnegan, of course, who played for Jeff Fisher with the Tennessee Titans, his kind of player. Here's Hester coming in motion to the right on 2nd and 10, and they go to Bush. Bush gets running room, has the first down as he gets to the 42-yard line of the Rams. Craig Dahl making the stop, and a 13-yard gain for Bush, who's off to a terrific start, starting in place of Matt Forte.
Well, Michael Bush has played some football, and he's done it well before. They felt like they were getting a starting caliber running back in Michael Bush, and this is what they brought him in for, to be an insurance policy. They have a special player in Matt Forte. Forte's not healthy. Michael Bush playing like a starter today.
And Khalil Bell, who was re-signed when Forte got hurt, is in the game. And here's Devin Hester on the pitch on the reverse. And Hester is ridden out of bounds by Finnegan, but not after a gain of what looks to be 8 yards on the play. So Devin Hester
And Jay Cutler told us we got a Hester package up. Lovie Smith told us Devin Hester's the best returner in the history of the game. He needs to play like it. You got the inkling that he was going to be involved in the offense and be involved plenty. Here's how they're getting him involved in a very productive reverse for the Chicago Bears.
And as a return man, they told us they would like Devin Hester to live up to his great reputation as a return man. Here's Bush back in the game and tackled by Quinton Michael from behind. So the Bears don't get the first down. They needed 2, and that'll bring up 3rd and 1.
We talked about the necessity for the fast start. They're doing it, and Michael Bush is a big part of that. You look at McFadden hurt last year. Another special player came in and was very productive, and this is really his specialty, 3rd and shorts.
And Chris Williams, number 74, reports as an eligible offensive lineman for the Bears, who are 2 of 4 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. And here's Bush. And Bush doesn't appear to have made it. It looks like he was stopped short as he went off left tackle, and Cudjoe came in quickly. And the Bears may be faced with a 4th and 1.
Look at Cudjoe. They're going to muddy it up. Hagan in there. Cudjoe gets off. That's a good job just stacking it up, and the Bears don't hesitate sending their offense right back on the field.
Now Williams, the extra lineman who was eligible, now comes off. And 4th down and 1. Lovie Smith trying to convert from the 32 of the Rams. And they go to Bush. And Bush gets the first down to the 30. Good block by Evan Rodriguez, the rookie fullback. And Michael Bush gets the first down for Chicago.
You watch Rodriguez. He's going to come off tackle with the lead block on Dunbar. And Michael Bush just runs through James Laurinaitis, and that's not easy to do. James Laurinaitis, an excellent middle linebacker, excellent tackler. But the one thing about Michael Bush, you study film, he's always falling forward. That's why he's such a good short yardage back, and he does it well.
Started 19 games in his 4 years with the Raiders. He's averaging nearly 5 yards a carry thus far. This is the 10th play of the drive. And they go to Khalil Bell, the backup back, and he won't get anything. So Bell is stopped for no gain with under a minute to play in this first quarter.
The Bears, you talk about start fast and establishing rhythm. I see a rhythm, but you got to turn it into points, and you got to turn it into touchdowns to really get after a team, and that's what they want to do. It's critical that they do it here, but they have established a good rhythm offensively.
This will be the 21st play they've run in this first quarter to only 8 for the Rams. And here's Hester lining up in the backfield. Pass is picked off. Finnegan has it. It was deflected off of Brandon Marshall, and Finnegan still on his feet, getting to midfield, and finally in the Chicago territory, and he lost the ball, and a fumble, and here's Hester. And Hester tackled from behind by Fletcher. And time running out, and the clock stops with 3 seconds to go. So an interception by Finnegan. He fumbles. Hester picks it up. And a wild finish to this first quarter. So the interception thrown by Cutler. Once again, 3 tight ends line up for the Rams, including Lance Kendricks, who's split now to the left. And there's a slant. And that one, is it picked off? And incomplete is the initial signal by the referee. Chris Gibbons was the receiver, and Tim Jennings.
See the deflection, you see it. See Chris Conti come up, and it does hit the ground. Good call by the officials, right on it. Incomplete pass.
Number 47. Lovie Smith said, folks, he went to Chris Conti, says the real number 47 is showing up today, and that was you, John Lynch, on Friday. You are the real 47. Second down and 10 on the incompletion. Bradford is going deep, and this pass should have been caught by Brandon Gibson and was dropped downfield and around the 10, and he knows it.
And Missed opportunities. When you're on the road, you got to cash in. Brandon Gibson, they're going to play their cover 2. Conti gets held up by Sam Bradford's eyes. Big opportunity here. This dropped football. Brandon Gibson doesn't do it much. He does it there, and they missed a big one.
He's a guy they call the big play man, but not in that instance. And so with 4 seconds remaining, 3rd down and 10 from the 46 of the Bears. Here's the pressure, and down goes Bradford. Stephen Paya with the 2nd sack of the game in this first quarter. Now it is 2nd down and 9 at the 21. Cutler will hand it off to Bush. Bush breaks a couple of tackles, brings it past the 30, and a 1st down. An 11-yard gain. James Laurinaitis had a chance to get Bush, and he missed the tackle. So you talked about the hard runner that and that dimension that Bush brings to the Bears.
And I like the game that Mike Tice is calling right now. He's doing exactly what he told us he would. We're going to pound these guys up front. They're going to run scheme at us, as Jeff Fisher told us they would. No better way to defeat scheme than to run it right up the gut of the defense. And it also helps this offensive line that has struggled out tremendously.
Devin Hester limped off the field after the return or the non-return, and there is a comeuppance for Bush, and it was Kellen Hurd, former Buffalo Bill, and a loss of 4 yards. And Devin Hester, who was back there as the ball went into the end zone, is shaken up. And he was run into by one of the Rams. And then limped off, so we'll check to see Hester's availability. 2nd down and 14. Ball back at the 29. Pressure on Cutler. Pass was deflected at the line, it appeared. Brandon Marshall on a squiggler. Incomplete, and 3rd down and long. And Cutler has seen that before, John.
Yeah, you know, he's been there today, and that's exactly what Mike Tice said they needed to stay after. Let's see who tips and deflects this ball. I believe it's going to be Ernie Sims right up the middle. Deflections, we saw it earlier, turn into interceptions in this league. And the ball's been deflected a lot. Cutler's got to figure out a way to get it through there without.
4 receivers, extra backs. Pass is caught by Earl Bennett. And Bennett brings it out to the 40. All that does is give the punter Podlech some room as Michael and Laurinaitis are there. 10-yard gain. Their lead, though, is 3-0. Darrell Richardson, who had a big game last week against the Redskins, lines up in the backfield on 1st down from the 17. And here is Richardson's first carry of the game, and he shows the speed that he exhibited last week. Picks up the 1st down. Major Wright making the stop, a pickup of 12.
You know, my old coach John Gruden used to talk about, I need some players with some juice. This is juice right here. Darrell Richardson, you turn on the film and it is, wow, that's juice for you. It's an extra bit of speed, explosion. This is a guy that they're falling in love with in St. Louis. And what a change of pace for Steven Jackson. You got this big grinder, and Darrell Richardson, who's got that kind of juice. That's a special combination.
He's still in the game. 1st down at the 29. And again, they go to Richardson, but he slips. Richardson had a nifty 53-yard run last week, and in replacement for Jackson, who has the pad on the groin, as you see there, gained 83 yards on 15 attempts, did Richardson, who was a 7th-round pick. They got a good one on the 7th round from Abilene Christian.
Absolutely, and that may just be a heating pad trying to keep Steven Jackson warm. We'll keep our eye on that, but they're very comfortable with Darrell Richardson. They love this young kid at Abilene Christian.
2nd down and 9. Bradford got mixed up. I guess his foot got caught with his center or guard, one of the offensive linemen, and he'll lose 5 as a result of that play. By the way, there is no problem with Steven Jackson on the sideline, just sitting this one out right here.
And let's watch the push right in here in the interior. Paya and Harry Melton. He gets his foot cut up with Harvey Dahl. The right guard is going to step on that foot of Sam Bradford. That's not real good execution, and it puts them in a 3rd and long, which you want to stay out of against this Bears front.
And that front, and that's technically ruled a sack. It's the 3rd of the game for the Bears. So now 3rd and 14. Both teams have been locked up in 3rd and long so far in this game.
Peppers inside. He'll go inside, outside.
And Bradford's aware of where Peppers is for sure. 3rd down and on the screen to Richardson. And Richardson's not going to get away like Bush did in the first quarter. And is stopped by Peppers as well as Lance Briggs. A 4-yard gain. Khalil Bell is in it running back for the Bears. First down on the 19, and the pass bounces in front of Earl Bennett. Incomplete. By the way, Evan Rodriguez, the fullback, and the only fullback, is out with a knee right now. Thrilling season coming to the wire. Fox Saturday Baseball will have the Rays and the White Sox. White Sox trying to hang on against the Tigers. And the Rays have won 4 in a row right now and trying to get a wild card. A lot of games with implications for postseason. Fox Saturday Baseball returns this week. 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific. And there you see the story. And the Tigers leading the Twins in the bottom of the 4th. 1-0, and the pass is caught by Alshon Jeffrey. Janoris Jenkins trying to prevent the first down, and he might have done just that.
Dick, speaking of baseball, we saw Matt Holliday, the great left fielder for the St. Louis Cardinals, and he looks like a Rams linebacker. That guy a big dude now.
And you know, I think a lot of these guys chose one sport or the other, as you did, John. That's right. 49ers and the Vikings, and we saw that early touchdown by Minnesota. And a game break heading our way. First down. They got enough yards, did the Bears. Up to the 29. Khalil Bell. And trying to bounce away from a defender. Nothing there. And time for that game break. Here's Kurt Benefit.
Well, time to ring the upset alert. Christian Ponder showing one reason why he was so coveted. His scrambling ability. Takes it 23 yards for a score against the Niners. They lead 14-3, Dick and John. Remember, San Francisco didn't give up a rushing touchdown last year until their 15th game.
How about that one?
Yeah, I threw a little trivia at the crew last night. Highest completion percentage in the NFL. No one got it. Christian Ponder. 75% of his passes going into the day.
You didn't have enough of a reward if we would have gotten it. That's why we didn't give it 100%. Second down and 10. And there is the pass out to Khalil Bell, and Bell will get the first down out to the 41-yard line. Good play by Bell. The screen pass has been the best play for the Bears thus far. An 11-yard gain despite Chris Long's pressure on Cutler.
And football's about adjustments, and the Rams better make an adjustment to the screen pass. As a linebacker, you see Dunbar right here. You got to put a contain. Someone's got to set an edge on that. Jenkins has to come quicker rather than waiting. You got to eliminate that screen pass that's having great success for the Bears.
Wife and daughter, now my son Nate has piled on. So it's tough being an offensive coordinator with a family that knows football. Here is Khalil Bell, breaks it. And Bell gets into Ram territory and out of bounds after an 18-yard gain.
Well, one thing that Mike Tyson's son Nate told him to do was, Dad, you got to run the football. Well, he's listening to Nate because watch the big hole. And Jamarcus Webb does a great job collapsing the pocket with Robert Quinn. Khalil Bell sees a little daylight, and he makes good upon it. And good lesson to listen to your son, particularly when he's a up-and-coming coach at the University of Pittsburgh.
Yes. And they hand off to Michael Bush, who comes into the game, and he gets a couple. So that 18-yard gain matched the biggest gain for the Bears in this game. 2-yard pickup here. Under 6 minutes remaining in the first half. That first quarter field goal by Robbie Gould after the penalty against the Rams has stood up thus far. And they got the advantage there. And now it'll be second down and 8. Bears running well with Bush and Bell. They get it out to Bush. And this time the tackle is made by Janoris Jenkins. He was the second-round choice out of North Alabama. And no gain on the play. It'll be 3rd and 8.
We talked about this isn't truly a screen pass, but it's a dump off to Michael Bush. And what did Janoris Jenkins do? He went and got it in the backfield as opposed to waiting on it. And consequently, it's no gain and sets up a big 3rd and long for the Chicago Bears.
On the 45 of the Rams.
Look at all this, indicating pressure coming. We'll see if they bluff and come out or come after Cutler.
They're going to come in. And Cutler's pass is incomplete. And a flag goes down in the backfield, and Cutler claiming he was hit in the head. It was Darian Stewart, the strong safety, on the blitz. They haven't yet. 1st down and 10. Play action. Cutler being chased from behind, and the pass caught by Brandon Marshall. And Marshall with a 1st down inside the 20 of the Rams. He picks up 13 yards. That combination from Denver working again in Chicago.
And this is just chemistry. They're going to move the pocket, but watch Brandon Marshall go across and then stop and come back. We'll see as we look at Cutler.
74 and number 67 reporting as eligible.
Cutler points to Brandon Marshall. Get back there. That's chemistry. They played together at Denver. Cutler glad to have him there, and that's because he knows where Brandon Marshall's going to be. They understand each other.
From the 17, handoff to Michael Bush. And a loss of a couple on the play. William Hayes will set Bush back for a loss of 2 yards with 4 minutes remaining in the 1st half. Jay Cutler thus far has completed 9 of 18 for 83 yards and has thrown 1 interception.
This is where those big targets on the outside. You've got 2 receivers that are 6'4" and 6'3" in Brandon Marshall and Alshon Jeffrey, respectively. Get them in one-on-one situations. Marshall in the slot.
2nd and 12. Cutler going up top into the end zone, and too long for Alshon Jeffrey, but a flag down at the 5. And let's see whether Jeffrey was grabbed before he went into the end zone. Bradley Fletcher on the coverage.
This could be a clear hold. There's a reason the ball was overthrown, because Fletcher bumps him after the 5 yards. Going to be illegal contact. Would have been a touchdown otherwise.
And a flag back at the line of scrimmage or behind that as well, John.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Holding number 73 on the offense. Pass interference number 32 on the defense. These penalties offset. Replay, 2nd down.
Watch Jamarcus Webb, the inside rush by Robert Quinn, and he gets that arm around, and the referees don't miss that one. When you get beat with bad technique, the referees see it because they see you with the guy around your neck. Easy one to call.
John, no question that the Bears front 4 has been prominent in this game, but the offensive line for the Bears have really not done a great job at this point, especially in the pass protection department, as Bush picks up 4 yards with Laurinaitis making the tackle. Only 3-0, despite the fact that the Bears have run twice as many and more offensive plays than the Rams. Armando Allen makes his first appearance in the backfield. This will be the 11th play of the drive. 3rd down and 8. On the 15, Allen will line up to the top of your picture, and he's defended by a linebacker. Pass up the middle, caught by Marshall, and he'll have the 1st down and almost had the touchdown. Bradley Fletcher made a tackle and prevented the score, but it'll be 1st and goal inside the 5 for the Bears.
Well, the offensive line that has struggled in protection does a nice job forming a pocket. Jay Cutler spreads out the defense. That's a mismatch. Brandon Marshall on Bradley Fletcher. Jay Cutler will take that one every day. That's called a jerk route. You settle, then you jerk across the field. Brandon Marshall with a big catch, big 3rd down conversion for the Chicago Bears.
Marshall already with 4 catches in the game.
The bloodied Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler's right throwing thumb bloodied up, but he's back in there. And, you know, having played with Jay Cutler, may have happened on that play. There's a lot of questions about him, a lot of talk. I'll tell you one thing, he is a tough sucker. That guy could stand in the barrel. Defensive lineman coming down his throat, and he is a tough player.
First and goal from the 3. Here is Bush. Touchdown Bears. 3-yard touchdown run by Michael Bush, playing his first game as a Chicago Bear. And it's 9-0. So Jay Cutler with 2 passes to Brandon Marshall in the drive for 25 yards, setting up the run by Bush.
The Bears went out and got themselves an insurance policy in Michael Bush, and he's coming in handy. Great blocking.
With a first down at the 20. Steven Jackson lines up slot left on first down. Empty backfield. Bradford gets rid of it and completes it to Jackson. He'll be about 5 yards shy of the first down. The Rams have all 3 of their timeouts remaining and lining up in a hurry. Second down and 5. Bradford, and a pass caught by Steve Smith, and Smith brought down by Jennings. First down and a gain of 15.
The St. Louis Rams offense has been overwhelmed by the front 4 of the Chicago Bears. Possibly a little tempo, a little rhythm can help them neutralize this front 4 unit.
Showing it there, and this pass incomplete, intended for Lance Kendricks. So it'll be second down and 10. 1:07 on the clock, and still with all of the timeouts left for the Rams. Their first 3 possessions all resulting in punts. Remember, there was a drop pass by Gibson that could have put the Rams in business.
Important that you get some score before halftime. It can be 3 points, make it a 1-score game. Don't want to come up empty here before the half.
Second and 10. Bradford will take off, couldn't get a receiver, and close to the first down, stops the clock at 1:01, and a good job by the Bears in the secondary. And a 9-yard gain.
I think a very underrated part of Sam Bradford's game is his athleticism. Watch Peppers come off the right corner, just abuses Wayne Hunter. He nearly has Sam Bradford. Bradford feels it, kind of a sixth sense, steps up in the pocket, makes good yards. This guy's one heck of an athlete, great pocket passer. He's got it all at the quarterback position.
Coming back from a tough injury season, and a first down at midfield. Rams still have those 3 timeouts. And as you said, just trying to get any points here. And here's Bradford. His pass is incomplete, intended for Amendola. Amendola has yet to catch a pass today, and it was Julius Peppers once again in his face.
Amendola, who had 12 catches in the first half in last week's game versus the Redskins, 15 on the day. Being held in check by the Chicago Bears, and really where they're doing it is up front. Bradford's under such duress. They aren't double covering him. It's not special coverage. It's up front that they're winning the game.
Second and 10. Under a minute. Bradford will hand off to Jackson. And Jackson will get hit, and the Rams should use one of their timeouts at this point, and they do. With 51 seconds left,
Timeout.
Urlacher makes the tackle.
This is their first charge timeout and a 30-second timeout.
Well, Fox tomorrow, Dr. Grace Devlin is a brilliant surgeon with a dangerous secret. She's indebted to the mob, but not her debt, but she's paying the price. The Mob Doctor, all new tomorrow at 9/8 Central after Bones on Fox. And there is Zach Gilford, who is in the cast of Mob Doctor. You remember him? He played the quarterback Matt Saracen in Friday Night Lights. Grew up in the Chicago area, went to Northwestern, and there he is, decked out in a Bears jersey. He wouldn't be wearing a Steven Jackson jersey for sure. So it's 3rd and 7.
Sam Bradford's been excellent on 3rd down thus far this season. You see it, 15 of 18, 1 touchdown. We'll see if he can shine in the midst and under pressure from this Chicago Bears front 4.
And Darrell Richardson, the speedster, in the lineup on 3rd and 7. That's Amendola. Bradford's pass caught. First down by Amendola. And they get inside the 40-yard line, a 10-yard gain. Lance Briggs making the tackle in the hurry-up. And they clock the ball with 36 seconds left and still 2 timeouts remaining. And not quite where you want to be for a field goal try, even though the rookie Greg Zuerlein has been perfect this year.
Let's look at that last third down. Amendola going to come in the slot. Such quickness. Again, great chemistry with Sam Bradford. These guys worked out in the offseason. They've played together for 3 years. They know where each other are going to be, where the ball's going to be. Good job by Bradford and Amendola.
First catch of the game by Amendola. Second down and 10. Pressure, and the pass thrown away. Trying to get it to Steve Smith, but good pressure put in by Shea McClellan, the rookie from Boise State, who's part of the great rotation that Rod Marinelli has of his pass rushers up front.
And the luxury that Rod Marinelli has, he can go with the Donijay, Melton, Paya, Peppers. I mean, they just keep coming at you. We've seen Okoye with the sack, McClellan and Wooten. They keep coming at you. They're fresh. We'll see if they can shine right here.
Third down and 10 with 32 seconds remaining in the half. Here's the pressure, and once again the defensive front four overpowering. And they used some of the secondary that time. DJ Moore with a corner blitz. Shea McClellan coming in as well. So now it'll be fourth down and a long field goal try coming up.
And watch DJ Moore right here. They don't have enough people to block. Now, the great thing that Rod Marinelli has, the defensive coordinator, is the luxury. I blitz when I want to blitz as opposed to having to blitz to create pressure.
Lovie Smith very pleased with how Michael Bush is performing. Watch for him to have the ball more this half. Dick?
All right, Jen, thank you very much. First down. And Bradford's first pass overthrown, Danny Amendola. And second and 10 coming up.
Now, Dick, I'll tell you this, that Jeff Fisher can employ his offensive line, but you can't just go find Anthony Munoz at halftime. I mean, they are what they are, and the Bears are what they are, so they're going to have to do it schematically. And here's a little up-tempo that we saw at the end of the half to maybe try to neutralize, perhaps try to neutralize this front four of the Bears.
No huddle. Second and 10, Steven Jackson, who gained 7 yards on 4 carries, and they're hanging in against the rush and the pass to Amendola, and going to his main man. Amendola makes the catch just shy of midfield, and a first down and the longest pass play of the game, 30 yards.
And look at the anticipation. Amendola's barely out of his break, and that ball's flying. That's trust that Sam Bradford has in Danny Amendola, and Amendola has earned that trust because he always catches the football when Sam Bradford throws it to him.
First down, and here is Jackson with the running play as he bulls his way into Bears territory for a pickup of 3.5. And now separate, second down and 12. Completion shy of the first down to Brandon Gibson. And they pick up about 11 yards up to the 42.
That's what we're talking about. You neutralize them schematically. Quick throws. You fake the run real quick. 3-step pass slant before the line has a chance to get there. Good adjustments by Brian Schottenheimer, the offensive coordinator of the Rams.
Now, the question is, what will the Bears do about that? Meanwhile, 3rd and 1 here on the 43 of the Bears. Play action on the rollout by Bradford, and the pass incomplete. Gibbons was the intended receiver, nowhere near him. And good pressure that time by Israel Adonijay, the left end, number 71.
Well, one thing you know, Rod Marinelli is going to have his unit on point. Lovie Smith, they're going to have their guys on point. They get penetration. Adonijay, as you said, Dick, up the field, pressures Sam Bradford. Not a good throw by Bradford, but good coverage by Tim Jennings on Gibbons.
And they're going to go for it on 4th down. 4th and 1 at the 43 of the Bears. Big early play here in the third quarter for Jeff Fisher. And there's the slant, and it's dropped, incomplete. And claiming he was fouled was Brandon Gibson by Tim Jennings. But first down at the 43. The Bears taking over on downs after the Rams failed on fourth down. Let's see if the Bears can take advantage of it with good field position. Cutler getting some time, and the pass is incomplete, intended for Brandon Marshall. So it's second down.
We go back, Dick, to that last sequence. You have 3rd and 1. You have a 4th and 1. You've got Steven Jackson in the backfield, and you decide to throw 2 times. It may be confidence in your own quarterback, Sam Bradford. I think it's more Jeff Fisher saying, I know this front 4 up front for the Chicago Bears is so good, we've got to throw the football. The Bears come out ahead.
Jackson, 10 yards and 5 carries. His longest run has been 4 yards. Meanwhile, Bears have a 2nd and 10 from their 43. The handoff to Michael Bush, who has scored the only touchdown of the game. He picks up a couple.
Here's another 3rd and long. Mike Tice was very clear with us that we're a really good team when we're 3rd and medium. 3rd and long, we're not very good because he knows they struggle with pass protection. But when it's 3rd and long, the screens have been effective today. But your guys have to be really good at pass protection, and that they haven't shown proficient enough for them to be successful in situations like this.
2 for 4 when they are 3rd down over 6 yards. They need 8 right here. Well, that's not a bad percentage.
And those were both on screens, though, so we'll see if the Rams can have adjusted to that.
And Cutler can't get away, and down he goes back to the 35, and it's Chris Long with the sack. It's the 2nd of the game. John, you were born in this area. I'd like to know, I know you're only here a short time, but you love it too. Steven Jackson with a couple of yards. Urlacher is there and a gain of 2.
Yeah, I was born up in Hinsdale. Both my mom and dad, ton of family still here. I only spent 9 months, but whenever we used to come play in the cold weather, I said, this is my roots. Those 9 months toughened me up for that cold weather. Great city, though.
Did you find any good restaurants in those 9 months?
Oh, my goodness. We did this week.
2nd and 7 on the 35. Here's Steven Jackson, and he has not been able to break anything today. Again, runs right into Urlacher, who will lose a yard, and that will bring up 3rd down and long for the Rams.
And both teams, they keep getting themselves in these 3rd and long situations, and you have to give credit to the defense. But with both of these teams and the pass rushers they have, not where you want to be. 3rd and long, tough to deal with.
A lot of teams have been effective on 3rd and long down through the years because of the ability to get the big chunks on pass plays. Jennings wants the crowd in the action. 3rd down and 8. Here's the slant, and it's caught. And let's see how close Givens gets to the first down where they spot the ball. Major right on the stop, and it is a first down for St. Louis.
When Rod Marinelli dialed up some pressure, blitzed him, and when you blitz, quarterbacks throw hot. They throw right away. You would too if you had Lance Briggs breathing down your neck. But a good throw by Sam Bradford to Chris Givens, and Givens pays for it by Major Wright.
From the 43, first down. Jackson. First down. And that's the best run of the game for Steven Jackson. Chris Conti making the tackle. And that was a pickup of 13 for the Rams.
And this is what we're talking about. They're within 1 score and getting some rhythm. Rob Turner on Brian Urlacher. Arm tackles will not get Steven Jackson down. He's too big of a man, too hard of a runner. And Rob Turner, excellent block on Urlacher.
And a first down at the Bears 43. And again, Steven Jackson tackled by Urlacher from behind. Urlacher, report is his knee is improving. He had 2 knee injuries in the offseason, including surgery, and getting his feeling back. The middle linebacker.
Yeah, you got to play. I don't care how long you've played. You got to work yourself back in shape. Talked to Bob Babbage, the linebacker coach, before the game. He said Friday was the best he's looked in practice. I think he's getting that explosiveness back. It's not a degenerative knee. He'll be fine. He's just playing himself back into that Hall of Fame player that he eventually will be.
2nd and 8. Chris Gibbons in motion, followed by Jennings. Play action for Sam Bradford, and his pass is caught. First down to Matthew Mulligan, the former Jet tight end. And inside the 30, first down, and for a game break, let's join Patrick O'Neill.
All right, Dick, thanks very much. In Minnesota, looks like the Niners starting to get their feet under them. First down and goal at the 1. Alex Smith, perfect pass to Vernon Davis for the touchdown. It's now 17-13, Minnesota up on the Niners. Dick and John.
All right, Patrick, thank you very much. First down here for the Rams. Darrell Richardson has replaced Jackson in the backfield. Bradford with pressure. I just had to get rid of it. Stephen Paya with an inside rush against Bradford.
This was a cat and mouse game. The Bears show pressure. Bradford audibilizes, and then the Bears back off and run cover 2, but that's just whooping somebody up front. Stephen Paya throws Ojanaka, the left guard, out of his way. And Bradford does what he's done well today, protect the football under duress. No turnovers for the Rams thus far.
Maybe the ultimate story will be which offensive line holds up best. 2nd and 10 from the 29. In motion, Richardson, the running back, to the bottom of your screen. Looking to Amendola, and right there was DJ Moore. Good play by Moore in an open field against a shifty receiver. Holds him to a pickup of 2.
And that's becoming tougher than ever in the National Football League. Open field tackles, because you've got athletes like Amendola, short, quick, tough guys to tackle in space, but great pursuit. His linebacker Brian Urlacher on the way. His help's coming, but DJ Moore says, I got this one on my own.
So it's 3rd down and 1, 3rd down and 9. They gave him 1 yard on that one. Amendola in motion. 9th play of this drive. They're at field goal range for sure. Bradford's pass. And it is incomplete. Intended for Lance Kendricks. And he had the middle linebacker, Urlacher, who had the inspired game against the Packers, as you saw on the graphic, once again involved.
And they're going to show pressure. They're going to drop into their Tampa 2, and Brian Urlacher, I'd say he's on his way back. Lance Kendricks feels the presence of Brian Urlacher, drops the football, sets up a field goal attempt. You're going to have to knock these guys out. They will not go easily. They're hanging around, and Jay Cutler's going to have to make a big play, possibly to Brandon Marshall on the outside.
Bush with the carry on first down, maybe a yard. Bush has gained 51 yards. And it was Rocky McIntosh. Don't forget the Rams, who don't have Michael Brockers. Here's the end of that play. Wow.
We put him up for an Emmy. Go to World Wrestling Federation. Dave Karimi trying to draw a cheap one from the St. Louis Rams.
2nd and 10. Matt Spaeth, tight end in motion. Bush to carry again, and brought down from behind by William Hayes. So 3rd down and long coming up on a 2-yard pickup as Cutler going to the ground for the first 2 plays here.
Yeah, and here we are, another 3rd and long. And, you know, I think, to me, where the Bears have been most effective is right up the gut with the run. When they try to go sideways, that's Matt Forte. That's not Michael Bush's game. And they just tried it, 0 yards, and here we are, 3rd and 8.
Forte with the sprained ankle, making progress, unable to go today. Could be back next week for the Bears against Dallas. 3rd down and 8. From the 25, pressure on Cutler. Cutler's pass incomplete, and well covered downfield was Brandon Marshall. From the 37, Rams trailing 10-6. Darrell Richardson in the backfield, play action to Richardson. Bradford doesn't see a receiver, and he's going to go down. Nick Roach will get credit for the 4th sack of the game by the Bears. Not a bad thing. 2nd and 24. Here's Gibbons, and Gibbons is going to be stopped by DJ Moore. During the week, DJ Moore had some criticism of Jay Cutler. He was talked to by Lovie Smith, and he's come out and played an inspired game himself today.
He has, and another great open field tackle. It's hard to do, I promise you, against these wide receivers, but good technique. Get those legs, they can't go anywhere. DJ Moore has done it a couple of times, playing a very good football game, keeping Amendola quiet.
So it'll be 3rd and very long. Third and 24. Ball back at the 23. We'll give it to Richardson. And Darrell Richardson picks up a few yards. Lance Briggs there to make the tackle, a gain of 5. And a flag goes down with a late hit.
And I tell you, I think the Rams, there was some chippiness going on. Exactly what Lovie Smith said you can't do.
For the St. Louis Rams. They're at the 42. Here's Jackson. Jackson gets tripped up at the 46 by Lance Briggs.
And Dick, that just can't happen. Julius Peppers, we've talked about him glowingly, a great player, a great person, a smart player. But you look at, not only they would have been off the field, you've got Devin Hester returning a punt. That's possible points. It's just, it hurts you on so many levels. Mind you, you got a 4-point game with the Rams driving in good field goal position.
That's kind of a momentum changer right there. Bears knocking the Rams back, but then they get the first down. Now it's 2nd and 7 at the 45, and the pitch is to Richardson. Nowhere to go for Darrell Richardson. And I'll tell you, the linebacking core, you talk about, well, let's just say the front 7 for the Bears playing outstanding today, and a loss of 1.
Well, they're terrific players. I mean, Lance Briggs, all-pro player. Brian Urlacher, a tremendous player. But Julius Peppers, if you're going to make a mistake, you make up for it. And you look at him, take on Lance Kendricks, extend the play, wait for his help to get there, and there's Urlacher and Briggs. A tough duo to deal with in the middle for the Bears.
You're right, though. It was Peppers who did not make the play, but set it up for Briggs. Now 3rd and 8. Bradford gets some time, but it breaks down. And Peppers will get the 5th sack of the game, and many of them today, if not all of them, have been based on coverage by the Bears in the secondary.
You watch these guys come. Julius Peppers coming from the inside. He's going to loop all around. You cannot hold the football versus the Chicago Bears. There's Pepper, Donajay, and McClellan, I believe, all in on the sack. They'll be fighting for that on Monday. Bottom line.
First down from the 29, and the pass is caught by Jeffrey from the 25, the start was. And the pickup of 10 yards, and it'll be a first down for the Bears.
Into the wind.
They run the ball 22 times, pass 24. This is going to be another throw, and it'll be a completion to Alshon Jeffrey, who bobbled it and gets the first down.
Alshon Jeffrey's learning that it's pretty nice to play receiver opposite of Brandon Marshall, because Brandon Marshall's going to pull the coverage his way. He's getting one-on-one against another rookie, Janoris Jenkins. In the last 2 plays, he's made good catches.
And they've got big receivers. They have the 6'4 Marshall and the 6'3 Jeffrey to build on. 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's Khalil Bell, and he'll be knocked back, maybe losing a yard. And forcing it was Quinton Michael from the secondary.
Dick, you brought up during the break that the Bears have been extremely balanced as an offense in terms of run pass. But what that does, that brings this Rams defense. And Brandon Marshall's been quiet for the most part. But remember, Mike Tice, we want to be explosive. Look for them to try to get the ball downfield to Marshall at some point during this game.
Here's the pass distribution for the Bears, trying to bounce back from a disastrous game against their arch rival Packers. a week ago Thursday. They've had extra time to get ready for this one. 2nd and 10. Cutler throw behind Earl Bennett, who was open.
That's a bad throw. He was wide open. He threw it behind him. Just a bad throw. Sets his feet, no one in his face, and just a missed throw, missed opportunity, and another 3rd and long for the Bears, and this is where they have not been good, other than the early success they had with the screen passes.
3 of 9 from 3rd downs. They need 10 yards here. Here's Cutler, drills it, and it's caught for the first down by Kellen Davis. So Kellen Davis with a first down coming into this game. The 3 Bear tight ends each caught 1 pass this year.
And good adjustment. Jamarcus Webb struggling on Robert Quinn. So what do? You keep the back in for what they call a little chip. It takes the edge off, that Sims there, gives Cutler time, and he fires a strike right there to Kellen Davis.
And a 12-yard pickup into Ram territory to the 43. Going the other side, and the completed pass this time again to Alshon Jeffrey. And you got the feeling that Jay Cutler loves Jeffrey. Already said that he has the ability to perhaps be a number 1 at some point.
Absolutely. He likes the young kid, and the young kid's earning his trust by catching the football. The mindset on this offensive drive is 3-step drops. Ball out of his hand. If they're going to cover Marshall, we'll wear out the other side of the field, and it's worked.
I guess his term for Jeffrey is that he is sneaky nonchalant. Never heard a receiver called nonchalant before. Cutler's numbers. 2nd down and 2. Bennett in motion left. Is the only wide receiver. Play action. And this pass is caught by Kyle Adams, and the tight end has a first down going out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. And this is good rhythm on the offense right now for Cutler and company.
Really nice rhythm. You mentioned that Rodriguez, the normal fullback's out, and Adams, who plays tight end, but playing that fullback role now. Little play action. You got him in the flat, get it to him, and get positive yards.
Early here in the 4th. First down at the 28 of the Rams. Khalil Bell. Laurinaitis greets him.
Dick, we've got 2 special middle linebackers in this game that remind you of a Dick Butkus, and Laurinaitis is one of them. This is just middle linebacker play. He lurks back there, hides behind the lineman. Boom, come on my way, and I'll finish you off. That's good linebacking play. Looks like Butkus, Singletary, Urlacher. James Laurinaitis, an excellent football player.
Not to take anything away from the old regime, but guys like Chris Long and Laurinaitis have to love the Jeff Fisher style.
Absolutely. Aggressive, in your face.
9th play of the drive. 2nd and 9. Cutler taking off. Good move by Cutler. He'll have a first down inside the 10 and slides to the 5. 1st and goal. 21-yard scamper by Cutler.
Sometimes you have to improvise. Against the Green Bay Packers last week, they're playing coverage. Sometimes tuck it down. Plenty of yards to be made. Jay Cutler, a very good athlete as well. Takes what the defense has given him, and he has them in scoring position right now.
They'll mark it at the 6, and that is the longest play by the Bears this afternoon. 1st and goal at the 6. Pushes back in there. Gets the call. And is dragged down by Michael after a gain of 2. 2nd and goal.
Absolutely critical for the Rams right now. The Bears have a little momentum going. They have rhythm, as you said. They got a nice drive. If you keep them to 3, you're still a 1-score game. They get a touchdown, you got to score some points in this 4th quarter.
2nd down and goal from the 4. Devin Hester wide to the right, watched by Cortland Finnegan.
One-on-one with Marshall. He likes that matchup.
Cutler and Hester incomplete. And it looked like Hester might be in position to make a catch there.
He shakes him. He's going to fake the slant. get outside, and again, a miss. I mean, that's a nice move by Devin Hester. And maybe Devin Hester should keep running there as opposed to backing up on it. Bottom line is you got to execute that and turn that into a touchdown. You made the great fake to create the separation. Now finish the deal.
Now 3rd and goal from the 4. Here comes the pressure on Cutler. His pass is incomplete, intended for Brandon Marshall. And all over him was Bradley Fletcher, the nickelback for the Rams. His numbers today. Leading receiver has been Amendola with 3 catches. He spread it around pretty well. 2nd down and 10. Caught by Amendola. And Amendola with a 1st down, just shy of the 40-yard line. And a gain of 18, penalty flag down.
They have been this season, so on cue and so in great chemistry between the two of them.
Play action. Gets hit as he throws, and the pass is incomplete. Pressure by Idonije, and Bradford knocked back. Roach tried to dive for that fluttering pass.
And that one hurt. Watch Paya right up the gut. Going to go the hard sell, play action. He comes around. Idonije, Paya, they get there. It's Idonije with the big hit, and that one hurt Sam Bradford. He felt that. Wow.
2nd down and 10 at the 39. Bears leading by 7. Only points for the Rams have come on field goals. And there's a slant. It's picked off. An interception by Major Wright, who will run it in for the touchdown. And no flags down. And so when Lovie Smith wanted turnovers, he got a big one right here. Deflected off of the cornerback Tim Jennings into the hands of Major Wright. And the big defensive play of the game right here for the Bears.
Let's take a look at this play. First of all, Major Wright's going to show up on the paper on Monday. This play's made by Tim Jennings. Excellent play by Jennings. Major Wright right there. Takes it to the house. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL? Lance Briggs says not so fast. He makes him pay. We'll see if Amendola can come back from that hit. But possibly the dagger delivered by Major Wright in the Chicago Bears defense that's been outstanding all day. Gil Byrd, the safety coach, former great player. He's going to be proud of his young man, Major Wright.
And John, the other touchdown run in for a pick was off of Matthew Stafford, 24 yards last year. So both of the #1 overall picks, Bradford and Stafford last year. 1st down from the 20. Screen, Jackson, and reading it through was Okoye. No gain on the play. Alert defensive play by Okoye.
Bears defense is so well coached. Rod Marinelli, the best assistant coach. I played for some great ones. Lovie Smith, Herm Edwards, Mike Tomlin. The best assistant coach I've ever seen in terms of getting the most out of his players, Rod Marinelli. This defense, very well coached. It shows up on film each and every week.
2nd down and 10. Pass is caught. Kurt Menefee with a game break on the Lions and the Titans.
Big day for the Titans special teams. After Detroit scored and got a 2-point conversion to take the lead, Darius Reynaud, remember he started that punt return touchdown, scores from 105 yards out, ties it at 27 in the 4th. Wild one, Dick and John.
Jeff Fisher's old team. Thank you, Kurt. Now 3rd down and 2. When you're down by 2 touchdowns, this is an important 3rd down. And they're going to give it to Jackson, and he's not going to get there. Knocked back. So on 3rd and 2, they lose a couple of yards. Julius Peppers right in the center of the action. 4th down coming up.
Good quarterbacking, great quarterbacking. Aaron Rodgers against Drew Brees. That's one for the ages right there.
Kendall Langford, who had a shoulder problem, is back in the lineup. on the defensive line for the Rams. Pass caught by Jeffrey, and he gets about 7.5 yards. Jenkins on the tackle.
Brandon Marshall now starting to go, why are you throwing to the rookie so much? I'm out here too. The reason is because, Brandon, they know about you. They don't know about this young man yet. They will soon if he keeps catching the ball like he is today. 9
catches between Jeffrey and Marshall, and of course Jeffrey has 5 of them. And that's what happens when you have 2 bigger receivers. So it's a definite passing improvement overall. And with Mike Tice, more balance with the running plays, which, don't forget, they don't have Forte today. But Bush has scored a touchdown. 2nd and 3. Khalil Bell now in the backfield for the Bears, and Bell won't get the first down yardage. Stopped by William Hayes. He'll be about a yard short.
You just mentioned why so many people are so high on the Bears, or at least were coming into the season. They've got weapons all over. We know about their defense. We've talked about them all day, but you look offensively. Brandon Marshall, you bring him in. Jeffrey, you got Devin Hester. You've got Matt Forte. Those are special football players. I think the key is, can this offensive line hold up and protect Jay Cutler? And then Jay Cutler has to be better than he's been to this point in the season. He's been okay today. He's got to be very good for this team to get where they want to get.
Next game for the Bears will be Monday night at Dallas. 3rd down and 1. And Khalil Bell is stopped by James Laurinaitis to lose a yard. And the Rams quickly call a timeout. It'll be their first timeout of the second half. Carroll Richardson lining up alongside Bradford. Tipped and incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Hit by Lance Briggs. 20-6. It's been a defensive battle dominated by the Bears. They have 5 sacks, and Major Wright's interception return for a touchdown. Those are the numbers of Jay Cutler coming back after that unfortunate game in Green Bay in a lot of ways. 2nd and 10.
Situation for the Bears D. Don't let the Rams get catches in front of them. Don't let the big play kill you on top.
Pass caught by Amendola. That's exactly what they did right there. John, Jeff Fisher told us that we want to at least have a chance to win it at the end, but in order to get there, they're going to have to really, score a touchdown, maybe on this possession, even though it's 3rd and 3.
Well, you got to score, and you got to score in a hurry. We're looking 4:45 left. You're down 2 touchdowns. You got to score 6 points, and do it again. So you got to do it in a hurry.
And nowhere to go for Bradford as he is sacked. 6 sacks today by the Bears.
We posed the question in the open, could they deal with this imposing front 4 of the Chicago Bears? Here it's going to be Adonijah, who's played a heck of a game. Gets up underneath Barry Richardson, ducks his shoulder. Sam Bradford, tough duty going up against this group. There'll be better days. This is a tough unit.
Well, you're right, and the Packers were the only team with more sacks.
Makes these Chicago fans proud.
Brandon Marshall has it! And Cortland Finnegan finally drags him down. That's what a tall receiver can do for you. And Brandon Marshall with a 33-yard play as Cutler got rid of it as Quentin Michael was bearing down on him.
Well, he's not just a tall receiver. He's an excellent receiver. Those are 2 really good football players going against each other. It's a great play by Finnegan just to get him down at the end. Not easy to get Brandon Marshall at 230 pounds down. So 2 great football players going at it. And Jay Cutler finally gets the ball downfield to their new acquisition, his buddy Brandon Marshall, and Jay Cutler says yes, finally.
34 yards on that play officially, and the handoff to Khalil Bell, and he'll lose 3 yards. So when you said Brandon Marshall said, what about me? Why are you throwing to Jeffrey the whole game? He said, well, okay, we'll even it out, and they both have caught 5.
The formula for success in today's football: be dominant up front on the defensive side of the ball.
2nd down and 14. Khalil Bell with the run, and he gets on up to the 20. Although you do have Hall of Fame credentials on an outstanding defensive team, John, and it's interesting as they separate the players that everywhere we go, when we go on the road, you know, players come out and embrace you, the coaches, and the respect that they have for you, that there are no pushovers. I mean, a team that won 2 games last year certainly are going to be a force to be reckoned with every week. Here is Khalil Bell. And we wind down to 3 minutes remaining. As far as I told you that the Bears played Dallas on a Monday night, will be their next game. The Rams will have 2 games coming up in 8 days, and they'll both be divisional games, and both at home against the Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. Isaiah Peed now in the backfield for the Rams, but they'll be throwing the ball with 2:18 remaining. Up the middle, and the pass caught by Peed for a short gain of about 3.
That's just great defense right to the end. They're going to catch some balls, but then you make them pay, and you do it in a hurry. Great open field tackling by this Bears defense.
Controversy in Green Bay. It's basically, he didn't get great protection. And all that with a teammate. He turned the page, and it looks like the Rams did too. Bradford's pass, and it's going to be intercepted by Tim Jennings. Jennings with an interception, and that's his 4th of the year. 4 interceptions for Tim Jennings, and the second pick of the game for Chicago.
And Lovie Smith told us he didn't need to, because you just watched the film, that Tim Jennings has been incredible. Last year he played at a high level. He didn't catch the balls thrown to him. He said this year he worked the jugs machine, caught ball after ball, 4 interceptions, probably leading the league. Not sure after today's game, but that guy's having an outstanding year.
Bush, who has played big with Matt Forte out, and the defense coming up big, and the chance for the Bears to exhale as they beat Jeff Fisher's Rams. Bears go to 2-1. And the Rams drop to 1-2 on the year, losing this game. Final score 23-6. Bradford finishes 18 for 34, 152 yards. Jackson could only average about 2.5 yards per carry in 11 tries. Amendola caught 5 passes. Marshall and Jeffrey each caught 5. So that's the game. Bears win. We'll be back to Soldier Field in just a moment.